Good morning. I'm Vimala, and today is Friday the 25th. We have lots of snow here today. It snowed all day yesterday. It snowed last night. So it is bright and sunny, and we're loaded down with snow. One of the branches of the tree outside my door is full of snow, so even the squirrels who like to perch in the little nook between the branches, they're going to have to move some snow, or it's going to have to melt today. So I hope you have at least have sunshine where you are. And where I am, the snow is so fresh, no tracks in it, just where the plows have been, but nothing else. So let's read a little bit and then sit today. I know we're all still thinking about what's going on in the Ukraine, and the situation there doesn't matter what your politics are. The situation there is really difficult, I think, for most of us, I would imagine for everyone. And we need to remember to pray for the people there on both sides, that good decisions are made, and that something will come from this that doesn't involve more and more lives and destruction. If anyone has anything that they know in terms of ways we can be of help, let us all know. So, it's a situation too where there's the greed of one country or one person to need to take over another country. I think is so blatantly inexplainable to us that it's really makes our hearts hurt. So why don't we read? And I think yesterday I reread some stuff. I really didn't have a good, didn't think I did a very good job reading. I think my mind was a bit scattered. So let's finish this chapter on all teachings, all practices. And I've only got about a little bit over a page to read. And then we can have a longer sit, and go out and see what the day brings for us in the weekend. So we're talking about all the teachings and talking about the voidness, or sunyata, or we call it anatta, in terms of the concept of no self. As for concentration, I think I've read this, talking about this paragraph I've read, about the last one I read, that you should be aware that there is both wrong samadhi and right samadhi. Only the mind that is void of grasping at and clinging to I and mine can have the true and perfect stability of correct concentration. That's sama samadhi. One who has a void mind always has correct samadhi. So if there's anything of that ego, that I and mine left, then that deeper concentration, that stability of mind is not really, there's not really complete stability in it. Oh, thanks, Eva. Eva B has put up a link to if you want to donate or help displaced families in the Ukraine. Thanks, Eva. I'll be sure that goes up under comments. One who has a void mind always has correct samadhi. So if the mind if that spaciousness is there, if the mind is not wrapped up in I and mine, then that mind can have the stability of mind in concentration that we call samadhi. The next practice is Panya, intuitive wisdom, and I think I read this yesterday too. Okay. And the last thing we talked about was about the original mind, what is often called the original mind. The true fundamental nature of mind is satipana, which is freedom from grasping and clinging. So it's satipana is mindfulness and wisdom combined. Sati is mindfulness, but panya is that intuitive wisdom. That's what we call the original mind, or the true fundamental nature of mind. Freedom from grasping and clinging. In voidness lies perfect wisdom. We can go on to the path realizations, their fruits, and nibbana. Here the progressively higher levels of voidness reach their culmination in nibbana, which is called supreme voidance. When practice culminates in a level of insight that cuts through the fetters, the fetters are the defilements, or the things that are holding the hindrances, on one level or another, it is called magga, and that's realization of the path. The fruit of cutting through those feathers is the experience of liberation, either partial or complete, depending on the level of insight. With each fruit path realization, there is a corresponding realization of the unconditioned coolness, and that's another definition for nibbana, which may be a temporary glimpse or the final emancipation. Now you may see that from taking refuge and progressing through giving, virtuous conduct, concentration, and wisdom, there is nothing other than sunyata, or non-clinging to self. Even in the path realizations, their fruits and nibbana, there's nothing more than voidness. In fact, they are its highest, most supreme level. Consequently, the Buddha declared that to have heard this teaching is to have heard all teachings. To have put it into practice is to have done all practices. And to have reaped the fruits of that practice is to have reaped all fruits. Nothing whatsoever should be clung to as I or mine. You must strive to grasp the essence of what this word voidness really means. In the next chapter is going to be not clinging to anything, and he's going to talk about all the different definitions and meanings of the word dhamma. When we talk about dhamma, we can be talking about the teachings of the Buddha, or we can be talking about everything out in nature. And this is very good, this next section that we'll start on Sunday. It's a very good definition. The first part we'll read from chapter 5 will be explaining the word Dhamma, and it's very hard to find a good explanation. So we'll save that for Sunday, and let's sit together today. How's our time? We can sit for a while. So before we sit together, I want to say thank you to everyone who made a contribution or got an auction item from the online fundraiser that we had instead of the Taste of Sri Lanka dinner this year at Blue Lotus. It was very successful. And for our small temple, we raised in the 2-week period $15,000 and more dollars. So that for us that's a very good fundraiser. And that's because of the generosity of so many people. And that's Dana. You're giving to help keep the temple going, to keep it being maintained, and to keep it being able to be there for all of us. So thank you so much. So that's a good those kind of projects and that kind of involvement in helping things that are good and meaningful, helping them, or helping people who are also good and meaningful. That's a good way to let go of the things that we think of as I and mine. And when we contribute them to a good cause, that's that letting go of the ego. Letting go of it all being about me and mine. So let's sit together today and be very aware of our connection to all of the world, to the rest of the beings in the world, and what those beings are going through right now. Everything is focused in this moment on what's going on in the Ukraine, but we know these are things that are going on all around the world at all different times. And as our hearts open, it's harder to be really aware. There's more of that heart pain when we see the way people still treat each other, and how much this principle is in action. It's a principle of greed and clinging and wanting and desiring things at all cost. So today, why don't we just be with our breath? So let your body be lifted up. Let your spine be lifted up. So even if you're on the floor, you can feel your spine kind of stretching out, and feel each vertebra just on top of each one on top of the one below. Let your hands rest in your lap, or if you're on the floor, you might let your hands be at your sides, or you can have them crossed over your abdomen. Close your eyes if you can. Be aware of the body breathing, and also be aware of just the body and the feeling of the body. Let your body be comfortable. With each exhale, you can just let go a little bit more. Feel the connection to your body. Let your mind drop down into your body. With each exhale, let yourself relax. Roll your shoulders back if you feel like you're slouching, or begin to feel your body kind of slump over, you can always just roll your shoulders back lightly, slightly. Be aware of each inhale and each exhale. Be aware of how your breath changes. Your inhale may be longer on one breath and shorter on another. One breath may be shallow, another may be deep. Your breathing changes from breath to breath. Stay with each breath. As you breathe in, feel that breath you're taking just kind of cleanse and wash through your head, your mind, and your body. Just bringing that good air in. And exhaling, letting go. Letting go of making everything about yourself. Breathing in that connection with all the world. Stay with each breath. May everything we do and say and think today not only be done for our benefit, but for the benefit of all sentient beings everywhere. We're sending our thoughts, our prayers, our energy to the people of the Ukraine, the people of Ukraine. May they see light in this darkness. May peace be with you and with all beings. And may all of us and all beings everywhere be well, be able to be happy, to feel safe, to be free from fear. And to live in peace. Thank you. I hope you have a good day, and on Sunday we have a sutta study at Blue Lotus on Zoom that I lead, and Monday is book group for those of you in book group, and that's Monday evening on Zoom. So have a beautiful weekend. Let your hearts be open to understanding samsara and the reason we want to be living lives that can help us we have to be observers of samsara, but we don't have to keep getting mired up in it. So everything we do, anything we do to help the world has to start within our own hearts. That's where it has to grow and take root. And then the rest of the world will follow. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll be here Sunday morning. Have a beautiful day.